4, 3, 2.
Good evening and welcome to Luminous Melbourne. I'm your host Phil, and tonight we're diving headfirst into the heart of our vibrant city after sunset. From hidden laneway bars to pulsing dance floors, Melbourne's nightlife has it all, and we've got two special guests here to share inside stories and tips. Stay tuned, you're not going to want to miss this. Let's take a look.
Melbourne, you don't sleep. Your nightlife is so vibrant, filled with character. Restaurants, bars, clubs, live music. It's luminous.
You're here watching Luminous Melbourne. I'm Phil, and today we have some guests who are workers in the nightlife. Please welcome Gus and Ryan. Hey, how are you doing today?
Yeah, not bad. Yourself, Phil?
Yeah, I'm great.
Pretty good. Thank
That's
you so much
good.
for being here. I really appreciate your time.
No, of course.
Now, Gus, I'm going to start with you. You're a DJ. What kind of DJ are you, and what sort of music do you like to work with?
Yeah, so I'm a vinyl DJ and I like to work with 90s techno, specifically Detroit techno. I'd say that's my niche. But I also veer towards like dub, IDM, and just like work within that sort of field of experimental electronic music.
Amazing. And now, Ryan, you're a bartender. What is your most favorite drink to make and why?
Well, my favorite drink to make is one of our specialty ones where I work. It's called the Blackberry Sour, and the reason I like making it is just because it's such a nice drink. Like, I always get good feedback on it. I have to crack an egg white into it, which is just like a bit of fun. Yeah, just really nice drink.
Amazing. Now, you both work in the nightlife scene. Do you think that's changed your perception of good venues and events at all?
I mean, I'd say so a little bit. Like, I can definitely like tell more what the bartender's thinking, like behind the bar when they're working, because you got that like insider perspective a little bit. Apart from that, it's pretty similar, you know, to just before. But yeah, it's definitely like, it gives you insight more than anything.
For sure, yeah. What about you guys?
Yeah, I think as a performer, you sort of learn to like read the dance for a little bit and read the vibe of different venues. As a DJ especially, you have to like cater to your crowd.
Yeah.
So I think when I enter into places, I definitely read the rooms and try and tell like, I don't know, how people are vibing with things. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess what do you do when like a crowd isn't necessarily vibing so much? Like, because you got to like pick it up, right?
You have to pivot, like you have to learn to be very mobile and also have a lot of different selections that you can work towards. I feel like as a DJ, people expect that you can kind of like build a room a little bit. So yeah, you have to learn to definitely be mobile and explore genres and stuff like that you usually wouldn't.
Absolutely. Now, do either of you have any highlights or major horror stories in the nightlife scene?
I mean, like, with bartending, there's always just like bad customers.
Of course.
I've got a plethora of regulars who some of which I like, some of which not so much. There was one guy who, he met my dad for like half an hour. Because my dad came in one time just to say hi, and he stopped for a chat with this guy. And for some reason, this guy really grew an attachment to my dad.
Oh.
And every time he gets drunk, he comes up to me, puts his arm around me, he goes, "Hey, your dad's a beautiful man." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, thanks." He goes, "You know what? I think that's where you get it, because you're a beautiful man." It's like, "Oh, thanks, can you like let go?"
Is this while you're working?
This is while I'm working. Like, people can be just horrible, absolutely horrible. Apart from that, just like your average like Karens and whatnot. But
Yeah. Do you find many like boundary issues with?
Oh, 100%. Like customers, like I've had people like offer to flash me and stuff, and I'm just like, that's just not really appropriate. I get like so many just really inappropriate questions as a bartender. Like, this is just like a local pub.
Yeah, wow.
And you really get a scope on how creepy some people can be.
Totally.
Yeah.
And Gus, what about you? Any highlights or horror stories?
Yeah, definitely. Like when you get to like the later parts of evenings, it gets a bit weird sometimes,
Yeah.
and the crowds can just be a bit like rogue, I guess. And yeah, a highlight I'd have is probably being on a dance floor at like 4 a.m. And when
Yeah.
you have that cohesion, it's just unreal.
I mean, if the party's going for that long, it's got to be good, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, any personal venue or event recommendations for nightlife for those watching at home?
Definitely Solace Bar.
Yeah.
It's a new venue that's opened up and it's just unreal. It's like, I don't think Melbourne has had something like a, like so to say, venue for experimental music. You have events, but you don't have like a set venue that people can just go to
Yeah.
and rely upon. But Solace has opened up and it's just amazing.
What about you, Ryan?
I really like this one bar. It's local more to the northeastern suburbs. It's called Che Wen. It's in Ivanhoe. It's just like a really, really nice like little bar. It gets pretty hectic on weekends and Wednesdays because they have Chai Wednesdays or Che Wednesdays. I don't know how to pronounce it. And it's just like a really good vibe. Just sit down, have a chat with some mates, maybe meet some new people, play some pool. It's great.
Yeah, amazing. Now, very quickly, when you're not on the clock, DJing or bartending, how do you like to spend your Melbourne nightlife?
Well, I'd say that I mainly enjoy bars opposed to clubs. Like I do like to club. I do like to go out to a club every once in a while. But I know people who jump straight to the club, and I think that that's honestly just a little bit of a waste of a night, in my humble opinion. Like I like to like go beforehand, like to other places, have a good chat with some mates. You know, like I like to do a bit of bar crawling and then maybe end with a club.
Amazing. What about you guys?
Yeah, totally. Exactly the same.
Yeah,
like
right.
you can't really enter a nightclub. It's like 9 p.m. It's like
Absolutely.
you sort of like build towards that, I guess. You want to
Amazing.
be, yeah.
Yeah. And that concludes us for this evening. I was your host, Phil, and thank you for tuning in to Luminous Melbourne. We hope you've learned something more about nightlife in our beautiful city. A special thanks to our guests, Gus and Ryan.
seconds. 7, 6.
Hey everyone, I'm your host Luca and welcome to I Wanna Be R, where we are covering the latest pop culture trends. On today's episode, we'll be talking about all things DJing. Why is there a sudden surge in popularity amongst the youth? Tune in for our special guest, Gus McLaughlin, a pro DJ who's been spinning the discs for 4 years professionally and did some DJ lessons at RMIT, as well as Aiden T, a newer DJ getting in on the craze. Before all of that, we took our assistant director Put Put, who's never touched a DJ before, into the RMIT DJ labs for a quick lesson to see what it takes to become a DJ.
All right, you ready to learn? And then I'm going to show you how to do that transition.
All right,
You
let's
ready?
do it. Yep, ready.
Okay, it's now your turn. Now rip this one.
Goes.
Amazing. Now you're going to bring in the highs.
Like high, like
Yep, like that way, to halfway. Now bring in the mids. Slowly. And now bring in the lows. Take out the lows of that one. Fix the jog wheel. Perfect!
Wow, there you go. Great effort, Put Put. You'll work on it. I think it's time to hear from the pros now. So please welcome our guests, Gus and Aiden. Thank you guys so much for coming on today. I wanted to start with you, Gus, and just what got you into DJing originally?
Basically, it was just like during lockdown, I was looking for something to do just with friends, I
Mhm.
guess.
Yeah.
You know, with the 5 kilometre radius and everything, you're not supposed to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a nice sort of venture to do during lockdown, not having much to do, and also just like being able to find different music and also just like interact with it on a heightened scale.
So how has that changed over time now? It's been what, 4 years since
Yeah.
you've started. How do you think, have you changed your genres and
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I guess I don't know. It's been 4 years, so I've sort of just developed my skills and like what I want to look into, and also just like a fascination of just the history itself,
Yeah.
which I actually learned through DJing here.
So what music do you kind of like to focus on
Definitely
for your
Detroit,
sets?
Detroit techno.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can you
90s.
explain to me that a bit more about that
Yeah,
genre?
Detroit techno. It was like birthed in the 1990s. It's basically where techno actually started.
Yeah.
And then from there, I guess it's developed into this huge industry. But yeah, Detroit is like the spot. So I guess that's just like OG techno.
Right, okay, and you've gotten a few gigs recently, and is that the genre that you like doing?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I guess that's my my focus, my pinpoint.
What have been your favourite gigs to play in Melbourne recently?
Definitely at Sub Club.
Okay.
Sub Club was awesome. It's such a cool venue. It's like real dingy.
Great,
And like-
great crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
I wanted to move over to you, Aiden. You're a bit newer to DJing.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
explain to me how you started out?
Well, kind of just like mucking about. So like I've been producing music for like 10 plus years, but like kind of got to the point where it's like, if you got all this like music cataloged and stashed up, like maybe you want to show it to some people. So I kind of
Yeah.
got like, you know, I've got a few friends because apparently all of Melbourne knows how to DJ now.
Yeah,
Who have their
wow.
own decks and stuff. I was like, oh, let me borrow that sometime. So then I just, kind of taught myself how to do it, and I just kind of, got really into it.
So the music, so you developed, what kind of music did you work on originally?
Like I like making a lot of like techno stuff, like you were talking about just before. But I'm also really, really big into like that UK garage, like scene.
Okay, yeah.
Huge into that stuff too.
So were you kind of influenced by some of your friends to start DJing?
Yeah, like one of my good friends when I first moved to Melbourne. JP, he'd already done all the clubs and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, oh, that's really cool, because like where I'm from in Newcastle, that kind of world does not exist. It's all just like indie bands and stuff like that. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this is a whole new world I can just like kind of incorporate myself into now. So yeah, no, just doing like house party gigs and stuff for now, but hopefully I'll be at the Sub Club one day.
So that's your goal. You'd
Yeah,
be
I'd
interested.
like to do like clubs and stuff for a little bit. I think that would be pretty fun. Yeah.
Would you say, Gus, that you did a lot of? Have you done a few house parties as well? Is that
Yeah.
kind of was your journey to start out?
Yeah, totally. I guess like that's like where most people start. You know, you do it with friends, and then you like throw your own parties, and then it just develops from there. You get like you get more into it.
Yeah, definitely. Also, I wanted to mention, so you're both RMIT students. You actually did DJing at the RMIT labs, is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
What was that like for you? Was that earlier on in your DJing journey or later, would
I
you
guess
say?
it was about the midpoint. I did it in 2023, so I'd already been doing it for about two years. But I
Yeah.
guess what I learned from that is like the history behind it.
Yeah.
With the component with Mike Calendar, it was just unreal. Like he like sort of scoped out the whole lineage of DJing and where it's like at now.
Yeah.
So I guess that's like just built my knowledge and like, yeah, it's been awesome.
Do you think that was fairly accessible as well, having that technology there at RMIT
Totally.
being
Yeah.
available?
That was the best, like having that technology there. You
Yeah.
don't have that anywhere else other than clubs, really.
Right, of course, yeah. And would you say have you spent a bit of money on your DJing equipment, like, or are you still building
like
it up?
I've got monitors and like all the synthesizers and stuff, but I've just stinged out and used my mate's DJ decks because I'm like, oh, they've got it. I don't have to spend money.
It's great that it's so accessible, isn't it? I wanted to thank you guys so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. It's definitely a growing trend and it ever will be. So thank you so much for watching this episode of I Wanna Be R. I've been Lucas Estaco, and thank you so much for watching.
Wesley, can you please count me in for the end of the package as well? Alright, we're about to go live with the package.
Welcome back to TMI Today, your weekly fix of the 411 that would be a hella no-no at the family dinner table.
On today's instalment, we bring you Flirt Alert, shelling out the latest dirt of the dating lives of 20-something-year-olds.
From first date disasters to crush confessions that'll make you blush, we're cranking up the cringe and turning heartbreak into primetime TV gold. So here today we've got Abby.
Hey, Abby.
Hi.
We want to know from you, what is your worst date horror story?
Well, I mean, there's been like a lot of them, you know, but when I think, there was like this one time I went out with this guy. His name was Josh.
Ooh, J names.
Not the J names.
But like, we went to this bar and then he randomly ran into his friend's mum there.
Oh yeah.
After he'd been on the phone for a while. It was weird. They seemed kind of organized, but that's just down to me. And then he's like, oh, all focused on her.
Yeah.
Mind you, this woman's like 54.
How long into the date was it? Like, was this a first date?
This was a first date,
Yeah.
15 minutes in to us getting to a bar.
Do you reckon it was because he like didn't vibe with you, or?
I don't know, I think he's got some issues.
Re-
But he's
was
like
he from
21.
Hinge?
Yeah, like how did you meet?
Yeah, unfortunately dating apps.
Tinder or Hinge?
Tinder.
Oh
The
no.
worst of them.
Not even, but yeah. So we go out and he's like only talking to this middle-aged woman. Not
So
to
you
me.
met up with the woman?
Yeah, all together.
Yeah.
And
Did
then
you have to
he-
like travel far or?
Well, the thing is, he's so focused on her. He's like touching her leg a little bit. He's not focusing on me at all. First date, weird. And then they just like are getting together, and then we somehow, you know, night goes. I've had a few. It's been a time, and we end up at a club.
What?
And we're dancing around.
For a first date?
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
You didn't think to leave, or were you like,
I just don't
this
think
is a
I
bit
was
fun?
thinking, if I'm gonna put that one out there.
Fair
Yeah, you were
enough.
like YOLO.
Yeah.
It's.
I'm in for the ride
Yeah.
Yeah.
at that moment, not later.
Yeah.
So was there a second date?
No, because
No
whilst
second-
we were at the club,
Yeah.
they brought me in and we had a three-way kiss.
A three-way kiss. Yeah, and just nothing after that? Like, what happened after the club, or?
It was kind of a blur. I think
Okay, yeah.
I heard alarms. I don't think somebody was well, and the
Okay.
ambulance did arrive. So we kind of split it up, went separate ways. I
Yeah.
was quite grateful. I did not message him back again.
That's
I think
crazy.
he has mother issues.
Oh my gosh,
I would
what
have to
a
agree.
wild story. Yeah, wow. So, thank you for coming to the show. And before we
sharing your
leave
story.
you, we're going to throw it to the public and see what they would have done if their mum, if they went on a first date with somebody who was friends with their mum. What would have they done? So, let's
Yeah.
see.
I think I'd just be like, you go have fun. I'm not coming with you. Enjoy. Probably see you never. Bye-bye.
I feel like I would be very weirded out by that. I feel like he'd have some serious, like, mummy issues or something. Like, I don't know. I don't think I'd, especially if it was, you know, out of the club or something. I do not think I would be down for that. I think I'd just say, you have fun doing that. Goodbye.
I would leave the date.
I would honestly leave and go home and cry and be really upset and then never talk to this person ever again.
What if the mum was hot?
Same story. I'd go home and cry. No, thank you.
Well, that was an eye-opener. Now we're joined by Nate.
So, Nate, what is your gnarliest date story?
I've actually got a good one for you guys. So I went on a date with this girl. I won't mention any names, but Her name was Margot Robbie. That is, of course.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
Little fake name over here.
Listen, the date was going great. You know,
Yeah.
we were having a great time. We were getting along amazingly.
Mhm.
But at the end of the night, you know, I paid for the dinner. We're still getting along. But she
Mhm.
sees the sign in the window that they're hiring.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she's brought a backpack with her, like not a purse, a backpack. I'm like, when I walked in, I was
Backpack
like,
on the
this,
first date's
she's getting ready
crazy.
for school or something. But
Yeah,
she
like, bit
pulls
of a red
out,
flag.
yeah, she pulls out like a resume
Uh-huh.
from her bag, which is slightly.
Did she
slightly
bring
weird.
up that she was employed or anything?
No, like it didn't come up into like talking, but
Yeah.
But like,
She-
why a resume?
Yeah.
because she applied for the job after the date.
After you paid.
Yeah.
Is that not?
And she was like, hold on, I've just got to apply for this job because she saw that they were hiring in the window.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, a little bit strange.
But she just had it on hand though.
In
like
her
she
backpack, yeah.
obviously
she
like
knew she
planned.
was,
She
or
was like,
maybe she was going
came-
before.
Yeah, maybe she came from applying to jobs. I don't know, but I was like,
Crazy.
okay, strange, but I'll let this one go.
Mm.
Yeah.
So we're walking around, so we'll get a sweet treat.
Mhm. Yeah.
We'll go to a bakery,
Yep.
and we go in, buy some donuts, and then she asks the cashier if they're hiring.
A second time.
A second time.
is
And
crazy.
she pulls out she's got a whole section of resumes in her bag that she's just
For
giving
a
to
first
people.
date.
Yeah.
Did you go on a
That's
second?
crazy.
I'm ashamed to say I did.
Yeah. You went on
I
a
did.
So she was a baddie.
Margot Robbie, of course.
Oh yeah, anything for her.
Exactly. So, on the second date, no resumes.
No resumes. Did she say she got one of the jobs?
No. But I saw that, second date, no resumes. Okay, all is well.
Uh huh.
But on the third date, she brought more resumes.
No. So
More
she didn't.
resumes.
She didn't hear anything
I
back.
don't think she got the jobs, but I'm saying it's a little bit strange.
Do you
but
think like she was using like the fact that you were there? She thought she'd have more of a chance getting the jobs.
Yeah, or maybe she felt like more comfortable because there was like another person like
Yeah.
next.
Maybe she just
to
wanted
her.
free dinners.
Free dinners, really.
That's crazy.
But-
Well, anyway, thanks for dropping by and sharing the love and the drama. Your stories were totally gnarly and we had a blast listening to them. You brought the vibes, the laughs, and a whole lot of realness.
Tune in next week for more gossip, drama on TMI Today. We'll bring you Snub Club for the brutal rejections.
Alright, 10 seconds. 9, 8.
10 seconds is a long time.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Do you want to be on Match or Mess?
No.
Do you believe in love?
No.
Oh,
we're good.
oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all good.
Excuse me. Do you believe in love?
Yeah.
Do you want to be on Match or Mess? Do you believe in love? No. Excuse me. Do you believe in love?
Of course I do.
Do you want to be on Match or Mess?
Yes.
Okay, come with me. Love?
I do.
Do you want to be on a show called Match or Mess?
Oh my god, absolutely I do.
Well, better get up and come with me
oh my
then.
god.
Wow, it's so nice to finally find someone willing to come onto our show. Welcome, guests. Come on, take a seat. Don't be shy. I already got you off the street. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Match or Mess. Tonight, you're both in for an experience where attraction flares, honesty dares, and love, well, it might be real after all. I'm your host, Tommy, and I'll be your guide tonight as we navigate young romance in the modern day. Just before we stir the pot, let's see if we have two lovely humans brave enough to roll the dice on love for our show. Firstly, tell the audience about yourself and your age and what you were looking for in a romantic partner. Guest one.
My name's Sophie. I'm 20 and I'm looking for someone who's not a man and in a band. Someone who can play an instrument.
I support that. Guest two.
I'm Otis. I'm 19. I'm looking for someone who can put up with every single bad joke I tell.
Insightful answers. All right, now that we know each other a little bit more, how about we play a game? Yeah?
I'm in.
Okay, we call this one That's a Red Flag. Here's how it works. I'll read out a situation, and all you have to do is hit that button if you think it's a red flag. Trust your gut. This is about what you think, okay? Ready? Perfect. Situation one. He brings up a crazy ex on the first date. I wish I had a buzzer too.
Do you
Agreed.
There you go.
Situation two. Kissing the homies goodnight before bed.
I'm cool with it.
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's wholesome.
okay.
Depends on how many homies.
Oh, 2, 3?
That's fine. If it's like 15.
I respect that.
But also, what are friends for? Like,
Oh, if not to kiss goodnight, you're actually so right.
Exactly, I agree. Okay, well, what about situation 3? Let's say you're at a club, you're out having a dance, and the person you're talking to asks for your Snapchat before your number. Is that a red flag?
There's like in the middles there.
Yes, it's a bit of a grey zone.
Go for Instagram, it's a nice middle ground.
I agree with that, yeah.
They're LinkedIn.
You know, then you go and play the LinkedIn games and send them to each other.
Oh, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Like Wordle, that would be cute too.
Cute first date, we do the Wordle.
Well, what about situation 4? They use 3-in-1 shampoo. Red flag or no?
I don't think it's a red flag.
At least they're using shampoo.
Like,
At the end of the day, that is true.
if it works, it works.
Well, thought-provoking results, truly. All right, buttons have been buzzed, red flags have been raised, and maybe dodged. So let's spice it up a little. This next part is a chance for both of you to share what really matters to you. Whether it's what you're looking for in a partner, or how your last situationship from Fitzroy almost ruined you, this is your space. No filters, no guessing, just say it, okay? Is there a moment or experience in your life that made you realize you're ready for something deeper? Guest one.
Can we go to guest 2 first,
Guest
please?
two.
Whoa. I feel like there are a lot of moments in my life where I've just kind of experienced it and went, damn, I have no one to share this to. And I'll reflect on that and think, damn, it'd be nice to have a shared experience.
Oh, well, that's very sweet.
Oh.
My first response to that was going to be like, wow, that's depressing, but that's actually really kind of real.
You're on a
So-
dating show and you're going to call me depressing off the bat. That's very sweet of you.
Ooh, what a good match here. Well, what about when you picture someone who truly gets you? What does that person look like?
Someone who's nice. Someone who wants to spend time with me.
I have a question. What, musical instrument are they playing?
Guitar.
That's a solid
Specifically.
choice. I like that.
Not bass.
Right.
Do you play guitar?
I play guitar and drums
Oh.
and keyboard and bass. So I don't know if you want to like cancel it out. There's still 2 instruments there.
Well, that's pretty perfect.
No, I don't want someone who plays more than one instrument.
Oh, well, I shouldn't have said anything.
Well, what's something about love or connection that you've learned the hard way but would never forget?
That you should take things slowly and work out who someone is before you start dating them.
A lot of people forget to do that nowadays.
That people know about your love life as well.
Yeah.
You could break up with someone and then people know about it, and it's not just you. And people ask you about it, and you have to talk about it. Not the most fun.
That does suck. Well, this is one of those moments where it takes a lot of courage to make a decision, especially when emotions are on the line. Guests, let's wrap this thing up, shall we? Let's see. It's time to make that call. If you both press yes, the lights will turn pink, showing you're ready to move forward together. If not, they'll glow blue, which means the whole thing was for nothing. So, let's see. Guests, on the count of 3, I want to hear your answers. 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, well, we have a match. Who would have thought?
Yay.
Big win.
Sometimes the hardest decisions lead to the greatest growth. And you've both taken an important step forward today to get to where you truly are. I wish the best for you in your upcoming romance, thanks to me, your host, Tommy. We wish you all the best on your journey ahead, and thank you for coming. I've been your host, Tommy, and these have been my guests, and this has been Match or Mess. Thank you very much, and good night.